All right, we're gonna go ahead and get started. We have our, inside of our Google Classroom, you guys know how to get to this. We have our review videos, and today we're gonna start off the lesson with a video. So our lesson is gonna be modeling polynomials. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and get started here. I want you guys to watch this video.
Let's take a look at an application where you can see adding polynomials for real. Okay, Libby is putting a mat of width M and a frame of width F around an 8 by 10 picture. Find an expression for the perimeter of the entire frame. All right, there's a lot of stuff going on here, but this really is the picture. So we've got this picture, which is an 8 by 10. We want to put a matting around it, or actually we don't, but Libby does. Let's pretend we're Libby for a second. So we want to put a matting around it that has the width M all around it. And so here F is the frame. And the question is, what's the perimeter of the entire frame? Okay, well let's think about that. Well, what I've got to do is find this length. Well, what's that length? Well, that length right here is going to be F plus distance from here to here, plus from here to here, plus from here to here, plus F. And so what does that equal? Well, that's going to be, well, I start way off here. There's going to be a little F here. That's going to actually be the thickness of this frame, F. Then I've got this M. Then I've got 10. Then I've got M. And then I've got F. That's a lot right there. But that's how long this is going to be right here. Now, what is that? So let's write that down. That's going to be F plus M plus 10 plus M plus F. So I'm going to write that all down. F plus M plus 10 plus M plus F. That represents this length right here. Now, later on in life, I'm going to come around and compute that length right here, which you'll notice is the exact same length as this one. So I'm actually going to multiply this by 2, and I'll have to use the distributive property to actually distribute the 2. So that's this and length and that length. Now what about...
Okay, so what we started with is we wrote an expression. Okay, notice how right now, all he did was take the F plus M plus 10 plus M plus F to find the length of the bottom piece here, right? Is everybody good? Okay, now why did he multiply it times 2? Why didn't he just write F plus M plus 10 plus M plus F again? Anybody? Why did we multiply it times 2? Because we have 2 of those, right? So we have this is the length and this is the length. So instead of saying F plus M plus 10 plus M plus F plus F plus M plus 10 plus M plus F, we're just going to go ahead and say, you know what? We have 2 of those. It's like combining like terms, right? We have this one and this one. We have 2 of those, okay? So right now what he's doing is he's simply just writing an expression. And writing the expression is writing the equation that's going to help solve it.
These lengths right here. Well, that's going to be, starting from here, I've got F, then I've got M, then I've got 8, then I've got M, and then I've got F. So then I see F plus M plus 8 plus M plus F. Well, that's this length, and I have the same length here, so I have 2 of them. So what I see here is another 2 in front, and that's what I've got to simplify. Let's simplify that. 2 times. Well, here I've got an F plus an F, so that's going to be...
Okay, so now that he's done writing the expression, what is he going to do next? Simplify it, okay? So part of your performance task for today is we're going to be writing the expression of equations. Okay, so we're going to find the perimeter, we're going to find the area of different shapes, okay? But by doing that, we need to make sure that we know the difference. When we are here, this right here is my expression. So one part of your performance task for today, problem number 1, will say write an expression. So once you write it, that's your answer for that piece. Then you go to problem number 2, and it's going to say, okay, now simplify the expression. So that's what he's doing here. He wrote the expression, and now he's going to show you how to simplify it.
M plus M is 2M, and then I've got a 10. plus 2 times f plus f is 2f, m plus m is 2m, and then I've got an 8. So now what do I have to do? Now I've got to distribute the 2's. That 2's got to hit every term here, and this 2 has to hit every term here. And what do I see? What I see here is 2 times 2 is 4f, 2 times 2 is 4m's, and 2 times 10 is 20. Plus, now we distribute here, 2 times 2 is 4f's, 2 times 2 is another 4, but now they're m's, and then finally here I see 2 times 8 is 16. So now let's combine like terms yet again. 4f and 4f is 8f, 4m and 4m yields 8m's, and I've got 20 plus 16, those are my constants, and so that's 36. And so when all is said and done, I see the perimeter of this frame is going to actually be 8f plus 8m plus 36.
Okay, so towards the end, after he did the distributive property here, then what did he do to get this answer?
Combine like
Combine like terms, okay? So we added the polynomials. All right, so for today, we are going to be working on a performance task, okay? An authentic assessment. It's going to be worth 40 points. You and your partner are going to work together, okay? So it says Farmer Bobby is planting a garden in the spring. He wants to plant squash, pumpkins, corn, beans, and potatoes. His plan for the field layout in feet is shown in the figure below. Okay, so what measurement are we using? We're using feet. Okay, so use the figure and your knowledge of polynomials, perimeter, and area to solve the following. So that's what we've been working on so far this whole entire unit. We've been adding polynomials, we've been subtracting polynomials, we've been multiplying polynomials, and we're going to put all of it together. We're going to talk a little bit about area. We're going to talk a little bit about perimeter. Okay. Now the main thing is this. Again, I want to emphasize, make sure you pay attention to, is it asking for simply just the expression, or is it actually asking you to simplify? Because if you write the expression and simplify it in this box, then it's not correct, okay? So you guys got to be careful. If it's asking for the expression, you write it here. If it's asking you to simplify the expression, that's where we're going to do the assignment here, okay? Now, the awesome thing about today is that you get to self-assess yourself. What that means is that you're going to grade yourself on this performance task, okay? Yes, I will grade you at the end, but you guys get to grade yourself first so that you have the rubric of exactly what I'm looking for, okay? So you're going to have your assignment. When you start coming towards the end of your assignment, I'm going to give you guys the rubric, and you're going to self-assess. You and your partner will self-assess yourselves on your work. So I do expect you guys to have the same answers because you guys should be discussing these things, okay? Now, on here, for example, number 1, it says, the expression that represents the length of the south side of the field is provided. So for number 1, it's asking, write an expression that represents the length of the south side of the field. So here it's saying, did you do it? And if you did, you're going to give yourselves either 0. 0 means you didn't do it. 1 point would be, you did it, but you're not sure if you did it correctly, right? And then 2 points, I got this. I know I did this right. I know how I set it up correctly, and I got 2 points, okay? At the end, you're going to total all of your points. You're going to tell me what yours and your partner's score is. So you're only going to get one self-assessment page, okay? Do you guys have any questions? All right, I'll walk around and check your work.
Oh yeah, 280. So it's gonna be. You would know how much.